All right, let's take a look at Thomas Massie's primary. You've got an entity, the pro-Israel entity, that absolutely wanted to win this, and they put gobs and gobs of money into this election, a fortune. Do you think if you put in millions upon millions of dollars, do you think you can afford to lose? Here's Haaretz saying that this election was the most consequential Republican primary for Israel. Do you think Israel would have allowed any other outcome? And do you think that they would be willing to do anything in order to get what they want? When you're willing to spend this kind of money, you're willing to do anything. And the Israelis have proven that they're willing to do anything. And let me just tell you, in Kentucky, it's not difficult to become a resident to vote. It's a 30-day process. You have to have a residence in Kentucky, which you can buy online for like $400 a month. And if you've got Marion Adelson kind of money, what's $400 times 50,000 people? Nothing. Where did that money go? Maybe it went toward registering a bunch of dual citizens sitting in Israel, because this is how it would work. They're sitting in Israel, they're dual citizens, so they're allowed to register to vote somewhere in the United States. They just move their residency or start a residency. A lot of them probably don't have residency in the United States at all. Yes, they have citizenship, but they don't actually live anywhere in the state, so they don't vote. Now you've got an opportunity, because they're American citizens. You can register them to vote in the state of Kentucky by making sure they first have an address for 30 days. Companies do this all the time. Expats who live abroad do it constantly in the state of like South Carolina, Nevada, and Florida, Texas. There's services where you just pay $400 or $500 a month for a real, true residential address. This is different than just like a P.O. box type thing. It's a real, true residential address that gives you the ability to be a resident of that state, so you can have a driver's license in that state and you can vote in that state and pay taxes in that state. And lots of expats do this because they still want an American address. They need it for one reason or the other. They go and they do this very thing in a state that doesn't have state taxes. It's actually quite common. It's not that difficult. And then they just mailed in their ballot. Why not be a resident of Kentucky instead of South Carolina if you can sway an election in favor of your real country?